I'm Katie Spadoro. It's Friday, May 8th, and I'm here with your Small Business Weekly HR Update. On Monday, May 4th, the U.S. Department of Labor released a new final rule that temporarily extends the period in which eligible employees can elect Cobra health insurance coverage. The DOL also extended that deadline for eligible employees to begin making those Cobra payments. The DOL realized that due to the national emergency, employers, employees, and dependents would have difficulty meeting the standard timeframes. The new rule aims to extend the timeframe so that employees can maintain their employer-sponsored group health plan coverages. The DOL introduced a new term called Outbreak Period. The Outbreak Period now ends 60 days after the national emergency declaration expires in the U.S. For example, if the national emergency expires on June 30th, then the Outbreak Period would end on August 30th of the same year. Here are some timelines from the new rule. So the Cobra election period. Under Cobra, employees and dependents who lose coverage as a result of a qualifying event, such as losing their job, usually have 60 days to elect the continuation of coverage after receiving a Cobra election notice. Under the new rule, that 60-day time frame doesn't start until the end of the outbreak period, which will be another 60 days after the national emergency declaration expires. For payments, Cobra enrollees normally have 45 days from the day that they elect Cobra to make their first payment. Under the new rule, the initial payment is not due until after the outbreak period, which again is 60 days after the national emergency declaration expires. Employers should note that they must still provide the Cobra election notices within 14 days to eligible employees. This is something that your insurance plan administrator will probably help you with and handle for you, so reach out to them. These changes will most likely cause some additional admin tasks for you as a business owner. Additionally, since no one knows when the national emergency will end, this is just another thing for business owners to keep track of and add to their COVID-19 response plan. Cobra can be confusing. If you do have any questions or concerns, contact your plan administrator or contact us at CYB. We have an FAQ sheet listed here below on our page, so let us know if you have any questions. Next up, we have an important questions that employers have been asking as things return to normal. Should my employees wear a face mask? Some states and cities are recommending face masks, and some states and cities are requiring them. As a business owner, you should first find out the specific order for your state and or your city. Then, if you are required to have your employees wear masks, you should provide your employees with training on how to wear the masks properly and how to clean and maintain them. Be sure to tell your employees that they must securely cover their noses and their mouths. They should not reverse their masks, and they should not move or touch them while they are in the workplace. Additionally, employees should obviously not share masks with any other employees. As a business owner, do you have to pay for the masks? This depends on the specific language of each state's order. Some states require that employers provide or pay for the masks. For example, employers in New York must provide and pay for masks for essential and public-facing employees. Employers in New Jersey must provide and pay for masks for food service employees and certain public employees. Some other states do not specify who should pay for the masks. Under OSHA, employers generally are required to provide personal protective equipment, PPE, that employees have to wear to keep them safe from workplace hazards. However, there are some PPE exceptions for non-specialized PPE that employees can also wear outside of work. For example, employers don't have to pay for steel-toed boots. Most experts think that masks would fall into the same category since employees can and most likely will wear those masks outside of the workplace as well as in. Can an employee refuse to wear a face mask? Probably not if a mask is required by state or local order. The employer should first attempt to explain the requirement to the employee. If the employee continues to refuse to wear a mask, the employer can suspend the employee. Be aware, though, that if an employee states that he or she cannot wear a mask due to a disability, you do need to follow the interactive process under the ADA. Give us a call if you have questions on that. If you want to find out the specific mask requirement for your state or city, we can help you do that. Just let us know, reach out to us, and send us a message. Next up, shifting away from COVID-related news to some general HR news. Whataburger Restaurants, a Texas-based regional fast food chain, will pay $180,000 to settle an EEOC lawsuit alleging retaliation and constructive discharge against one of its hiring managers. The general manager repeatedly told the hiring manager to hire white, not black applicants because management wanted its workforce to reflect the restaurant's customer base. The hiring manager then complained about the policy and was subject to retaliation. This retaliation included threats, physical and verbal abuse, a schedule change, and additional work assignments, which then prompted the hiring manager to resign. This is a clear example of constructive discharge. As part of the settlement, Whataburger has agreed to establish new HR policies, provide additional training, post a notice about the settlement at its restaurants, and report any complaints directly to the EEOC. Additionally, Whataburger has to maintain an anonymous hotline for complaints. Side note, Cyber offers a free anonymous hotline for complaints to all of our clients. The EEOC has an enforcement guide in which clearly states that employers cannot excuse discriminatory hiring practices due to customer or client preference. This is still illegal due to Title VII of the Civil Rights Act. A desire for some type of, quote, corporate look, unquote, can often serve as a pretext for discrimination, and it's illegal. Employers should establish written criteria tied to business needs for evaluating and hiring candidates and consistently apply the requirements to all candidates. Cyber recommends creating clear job descriptions for all positions, and of course, we recommend the free anonymous hotline so all complaints can be handled correctly and legally the first time so you can keep your business covered. Again, please reach out to us if you have any questions about anything that we covered, and we look forward to speaking with you soon. Have a great weekend.